Shervon Mathieu. Stay tuned.
This time check is brought to you by Massey Stores Home, your way to a beautiful home in the Gablewood Shopping Mall.
Welcome, St. Lucia, to another episode of Police Insight. I'm your host, Acting Inspector Zachary Hippolyte of the Royal St. Lucia Police Force. I'd like to say good night to Police Commissioner Mr. Milton Daisy, our deputies, Mr. O'Brien, Mr. Shari, how you doing? Ms. Pelius, our ACPs, how you doing? Ms. Mashama Silly, good night to you. I think Mr. Nicholas is still on vacation. Mr. Collymore, I'd like to say good night to you. Our Gazette officers, inspectors, sergeants, corporals, constables, both senior and junior, special police constable, special reserve police officers, ex-police officers. Thank you for the service you've given to your country. City police, good night to you. Our brothers and sisters in law enforcement, Bodley Correctional Facility, St. Lucia Fire Service, Customs Department, good night to you, Port Police, and all security officers around the country doing what we can to maintain law and order. Tonight, ladies and gentlemen, I have a guest, but before I introduce him, a couple of shout-outs as usual. Shout out to Mr. and Mrs. Preville, Tekla Preville. Hi, Mom, how you doing? Good night to you. Marcia Preville, Angela Hippolyte, Melissa and Curtin Emmanuel. Good night to you guys. How are you doing? Sabina Charles Glynn Prudent. Birthday shout out, Canis Hippolyte. Canis Hippolyte, I know you tuned in. Enjoy your birthday, my brother. You know, usually they say those born in December are the luckiest ones, but you know how it is, because that's when so many treats, so many things are so easily given. So you guys are lucky. Those of you in the chat, let me give you a shout out. Those of you in the chat, those of you abroad, thank you for supporting the show. We have Kelvin Knight, Victor C. Anthony, as usual, from Brooklyn. Good night to you. Amanda Charles, good night, cousin. Beebs Augustine Saltibus, Barbara Labadie Burke, good night to you. Another Pinky Paul Valsin. Sometimes you guys make me want to bite my tongue, you know, those names. Good night to you. Raphael Quintulamontine, what's up, my brother? Good night to you, my brother. Nice to hear from you. And Victor C. Anthony said his birthday is the 23rd of December, so happy advanced birthday. Greetings to you, my brother. Always watching the show, always supporting. Tonight is the last show for 2021. And unfortunately, I need to let you all know, especially those of you out there in TV land in St. Lucia, circumstances beyond our control, the phone lines, landline, not working, defective. So you guys can't call the show, but the WhatsApp texting platform is on, 7200401, and also you could send me your messages or your contributions in the Facebook chat, because it's live streaming on Choice TV, the best choice, yeah? Cyril J. Saltibus, how you doing, my brother? Good night to you. Johnny Joseph, good night to you. I'd like to shout out some sponsors for those of you who are not aware. The Community Relations branch of the Royal St. Lucia Police Force is going on strong with their Christmas hamper giveaway to less fortunate individuals in St. Lucia. The theme for the event is bringing joy amidst COVID. At this point in time, I'd like to say good night to Inspector Chico, Karen Fauché, Dennis Francis, Mr. Pascal Nishalubin of the Community Relations Branch. You guys have been working so hard putting this event together. And so many sponsors have come on board. So I'd like to shout them out, Beachcomber Limited, Johnson's Hardware Limited, Bank of St. Lucia, Taxing Trading Incorporated, Najicor, Ramco Chowmin, Ramco Plastics, Miss Joanne Husbands, Toy Lane, Chemical, Cadet Distribution, Jamarian Sons Limited, C. Williams Construction, Saul Limited, Alternative Security Services, CIBC, First Caribbean Bank, Crick's Funeral Parlor, Ministry of Commerce, and Tenderoni. Thank you all on behalf of the Police Commissioner and the Royal Central Police Force for your generous donations. There's no doubt that this year we are definitely going to bring the joy amidst COVID. Yes, to those individuals who are going to receive those lovely hampers. Before I get into the nitty-gritty, we start our show on a bit of a solemn note. One of our own has passed, has gone beyond, into the great beyond, and that is Woman Special Police Constable 270, Natalie Phillip. Miss Phillip enlisted in the Royal Central Police Force on the 30th of August 2010. So that means she has given 11 years of dedicated service to her country. She worked at various stations, but mostly she is remembered by her colleagues for the excellent work she did in record keeping, especially at the Rodney Bay and Grosley police stations. A committed and hardworking police officer was also tasked with working hard on battling her illness. She never allowed her illness, however, to dictate her worth to the Royal St. Lucia Police Force and to her country. And I received a message earlier on that I definitely have to read, where we got in contact with Natalie's mom, and she sent a nice little tribute message to her daughter. And that is coming from Miss Lucy Phillip. And she says, Natalie Phillip was a vivacious, witty, and jovial individual who was full of life. She had a warm and inviting personality which made her friends from all walks of life just feel so good. She loved people and was a loyal friend to those she held close at heart. She loved her job and performed her duties at the highest level. She was a true professional, a team player, and she served her country with honors. Natalie was a brave fighter, a strong believer of God who fought to the very end. Her faith was unwavering, and despite her hardships, she always found the will to encourage others. She will sorely be missed by all she knew, and that's coming from her mom, Lucy Phillip. At this point in time, we're going to play a video tribute that was created by Corporal Etheldred James of the Bodley Correctional Facility. Let's see that tribute.
Didn't know today would be our last, or that I'd have to say goodbye to you so fast. I'm so numb I can't feel anymore. I'm praying you just walk back through that door and tell me that I was only dreaming. You're not really gone as long as I believe. There will be another angel around the throne tonight. Your love lives on inside of me, and I will hold on tight. It's not my place to question only God knows why. I'm just jealous of the angels around the throne tonight.
So on behalf of the Commissioner of Police, Executive, Gazette officers, rank and file, and civilian staff of the Royal Seneschal Police Force, I convey sincerest condolences to the family and close friends of woman special, definitely special, Police Constable 270 Natalie Phillip. So, rest in peace, my colleague. You know, it's never easy, to accept death. Though we know that one day we must go, because one day we were born. So we come into this life, so we must live. Sadly, some have left tragically when you look at what happened over the weekend in Masha and what has happened for so long. It just, sometimes I'm at loss of words, and that's usually not something that's easily done because I speak my mind. Usually see what I have to say. What more can I say? I want to give comforting words to the public, let them know that everything is going to be fine, everything is going to be all right, that we are on top of things, and I know that we're trying. We're trying. There's enough evidence to show that the organization is trying. With the limited resources that it has, it is trying and do all it can. Individuals are arrested, individuals are charged, brought before the courts. Courts has its job to do. Individuals are sentenced, sent to bodily correctional facility to spend time. But we all know what crime is in terms of everybody's business. But it's senseless. It is senseless, and it's so hard being a police officer sometimes when you know you have caught a suspect or a perpetrator, someone who has definitely committed the offense, and you know you have to adhere or observe their human right. And at the same time, somewhere behind your mind, you're saying, but did you, as the perpetrator or criminal or killer, thought of that individual's right to life? Did you think of it? No, you didn't. Because all you did was take out your gun and burst some shots and take someone's life, someone that you didn't give the life. You feel that it's okay because you're upset or whatever the case may be to do that. And all I have to do is calmly arrest you, read you your rights, and take you into custody, and hope that the evidence and the information that is brought before the courts is enough to secure a conviction that is worthy of the crime that you did. But at the end of the day, it's some form of consolation to the victims, relatives, and friends. But even when you go back to jail, there is still this emptiness inside, because guess what? You going to jail does not bring back the life of that individual, does not bring back the memories, does not bring back those moments. I tell you, sometimes they say justice is blind, and sometimes I see why. But anyway, people, before I get a little too emotional and go off topic because I have a guest, we're going to take a short break. And when we come back, a cop who cares. Stay tuned.
We know that 2021 has been a challenging year for many.
But we are resilient, and together we have been able to face these challenges with confidence.
We have so much to be thankful for in this festive season.
Your bank continues to do well.
As our first indigenous financial institution, we cherish every relationship.
And thank you for your loyalty.
We remain committed to delivering first-in-class service
to every customer every day.
We are a bigger, better bank because of you.
So whether on a line or online,
you can be assured that your bank is open for you 24/7.
On behalf of the Board of Directors, management, and our dedicated staff at First National Bank,
Happy holidays.
Happy holidays.
happy holidays.
Happy holidays from all of us at First National Bank. Here for you.
The Christmas Wishmaker loan is back. Janou Credit Union members get up to $25,000 for Christmas and end-of-year expenses. It's easy to qualify and repayments are reasonable. Have an existing loan? No additional shares required. Just top up to your original loan balance twice until December 31st. To make your wishes come true, just visit the Janou Credit Union in Castries or Vieux-Fort or email apply@cscreditunion.org and make the magic happen. Janou, together we can move mountains.
Janou giving money, plenty money, money. Janou.
As variants of COVID-19 continue to evolve, Lewis Industries Limited remains resolute in offering the best cleaning solutions recommended by EPA to reduce the spread of the virus. Our disinfectants, EnviroCare and Conquer Byram, which are highly recommended to sanitize, disinfect, and deep clean surroundings, will ensure you operate in a safe and healthy environment. With over 3 decades of experience in cleaning and consultancy services, we guarantee you trusted products and quality service. Call us at 450-4060. Follow us on Facebook, Instagram, or our website at www.lewisindustrieslimited.com.
Make Paints Plus your one-stop paint shop this holiday season. With unbelievable everyday low prices store-wide, we will not be undersold. So for all your decorative and automotive paints and accessories, make the smart choice and check Paints Plus first. Quality products and service at the best prices, plus best value for your money equals best savings in your pocket. Spend $200 and get a chance to win daily prizes, huge discounts, hams, turkeys, food hampers, liquor hampers, wines, and weekly cash prizes of $500 in our popular Paints Plus Pop the Balloon Christmas promotion. Happy holidays from your team at Paints Plus.
Paints Plus, one name that leads. Paints Plus, for all your painting needs.
Welcome back to Police Insight. Thank you for staying tuned to the show. Let me just get some quick reactions again before I introduce my guest in the chat, the Choice TV Facebook chat. Cyril J. Saltiber saying, proud of our Vieux-Fort Police. Thank you, sir, for your comment. We need to hear, those comments, because usually the police get so much bashing. But he's saying he's proud of our Vieux-Fort Police. At this point in time, I'd like to say good night to the superintendent in charge of the South, Mr. Elvis Thomas. We have, who else in the chat? John Edward. Glenn Shaba Joseph, good night to you. Charlene Danzi, Barbara, okay, I said Barbara already. Kevin Knight, good night to you. Oh, how do you pronounce that? Hea or Heja D. Diocese. I like that one. Kujon C. Gustav, good night to you, my brother. Okay, we also have Narcis Moise there. Brenda Jerry. Okay, Cherry Sweetness Emmanuel. All right, without further ado, let's get to it. Ladies and gentlemen, tonight with me, no stranger to Police Insight, no stranger to your social media platform or your texting platform or other shows on Choice TV or DBS, no stranger at all. None other than a cop who cares Acting Inspector Shervon Mathieu. Good night to you, my brother.
Good evening.
How's everything, buddy?
I'm good.
And I like your shirt, man.
Yeah, thanks.
Yeah.
It came straight from work, you know.
It came straight from work. I could see it on your eyes.
Yeah.
And there you go. And this is what sometimes people don't understand. The commitment and the hours placed into fighting crime and trying your best to solve crime. Am I correct, my brother?
Yeah, you know, we out here trying our best, you know, just to keep the country safe with the small amount of resources that we have, you know. You know, and I just want to commend the guys at the Grosley police station, and my guys at the criminal investigations department at Grosley. Sorry, my guys and ladies.
And ladies,
yes,
man. Don't
before,
forget the
yeah. The ladies are very important. You know, I'm proud of those individuals. They're doing a hell of a job. They're doing a phenomenal job, and I wouldn't want to work with anybody else apart from these guys. You know.
Excellent.
Yeah, I just want to, you know, give thanks to the officers from the Special Services Unit, you know, who always come to assist us, you know, when we have to go out. You know, kudos to them, you know, people like Sergeant Small and his chief, and you know, and the other chiefs that are the Special Services Unit, you know. I just want to say our condolences to the family of Miss Philip. I worked with her at Grosley, and she'll be the one doing the records, and she would ensure that if your report is not solved by the end of the month, when she's doing the record, she'll definitely come to you and ask you, Sergeant Matthew, you have a report there. What you do about it already? You know, she should ensure that, you know, you go out and try solving it. You know, she would tell you that it's either you call up the person and tell them what they're doing with the matter, you know, so that we could have a good solve rate, you know, for the end of the month. She was that type of person, you know.
So she assisted in especially the follow-up.
Yeah, especially.
Which is important.
Yeah, she would definitely ensure that you do it when she's doing her records. It could be mid-month, and she would see a report there, and she would ask you, you know, what you've done with it. But notwithstanding her illness, she still did her best, you know, on the job. And, you know, she'll be dearly missed.
Yes.
Yeah, she's been missed already, and she'll be dearly missed as we move forward. And you know, we have this Grosley police station, Grosley Barbono and Randy Police Station Awards coming up on Sunday. You know, where we're looking to commend the hard-working ladies and gents, you know, at those free stations, because like those individuals have worked hard through the pandemic up until now. They've given their all. You know, I've seen some of these guys leave work at 9 in the night and be back in the station for 1 in the morning, you know, just to go out there and put in some more work, you know. So hats off to all you guys watching, you know. Yeah.
Big up, and I'm just seeing a good night message from Mr. Sean Alexander.
Yeah,
the new ASP. The new ASP at Grosley Police Station. Good night to you, sir. Yeah. Thank you for tuning in to Police Insight. Sergeant, how's Grosley, man? I mean, because in case if you didn't know, and sorry if, you know, you see the passing of our colleague, you know, is still on the mind. But tonight what we're doing is we seek to educate you as much as we can on reducing your chances of being a victim of crime, especially during this season.
Oh yeah.
Which historically in St. Lucia, right, Inspector, has been the time where crime, for whatever reason, is on the rise.
Oh yeah. Oh, yeah.
How's Grosley, man? What would you say are the offenses that have risen in the couple months, October, November, leading to December?
Boy, Grosley is just on the whole is just a busy place, you know. Persons, if it's not for the burglary, you know, the petty thefts, you know, the accidents on the highway.
Yes.
You know, we get a lot of reports of, as I said, burglaries, you know, robberies, you know, small thefts, stealing by employees, stealing from stores. You know, you have a lot of supermarkets in Grosley, so you have persons going in there and shoplifting and stuff, and we have to deal with those reports. And we into the festive season right now, we find more of those reports are coming in. You understand? Yeah, notwithstanding that we have to deal with other reports which are already assigned to us. You know, we need to go out and work with them. And right now we have officers working over and beyond.
Yeah.
Keeping in mind that we don't get paid for
overtime.
but but we still do it. So
Yeah.
So
duty.
those are some of the common reports that we have in Grosley, and it is beginning to go up since we've gotten into the festive season.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'd like to say good night to my colleagues in the South. I wish I could have some way bring police insight to you, but maybe one day it will happen.
We'll bring it to them.
Yeah, we'll bring police insight down to the South, even though probably it's one, I'll speak to the owners and those who run this incredible television station and see how possible that could happen. But they'll probably have to accommodate me down there, get me a room or something, and take care of me so I could sleep down there. But we could probably get the show down to the South.
Yeah, man, you can do that.
Inspector.
Yes, sir.
When you look at the workload, because I want people to get a grasp sometimes of how it really is. Because sometimes someone comes to the station, they make a report. Burglary, I need an investigator. Sometimes there's a delay in getting that investigator. Sometimes there's a delay in certain things. Can you speak to the workload? Can you actually say, for example, on average, an investigator for the weekend, what they might be dealing with for a weekend or a week or a month? Can you put some numbers?
Okay, let me give us a simple scenario.
Yes.
A report comes in of a burglary. All right. Normally, we have 2 investigators on at the CID at a time. Sometimes the shift is limited, so sometimes there's 2 CID officers would go out on investigation. We get there, but unlikely you need the scenes of crime office.
Yes.
Scenes of crime in Castries has to serve from Bexo up to Grosley. There is an incident in Bexo. There's another scenes of crime officer, but the vehicle is in Bexo. So you have to leave Grosley, go down to town, pick up the scenes of crime officer, drive back up, process the scene, bring that scenes of crime officer back. So by the time you get back to town with the scenes of crime officer, there's another report where you need a scenes of crime officer again. So that goes to show you.
See?
Sometimes, the majority of the times, my guys have lunch around 3, 4 in the afternoon, which is not good for their health.
Which is not good for their health.
Yeah.
And sometimes if you see the lunch.
That's just a little.
Yeah. Just a little.
So that's just. I believe that Grosley just needs an increase in the manpower. Yeah, just to make it, because Grosley is a big place, and I find with the limited amount of police officers we have at Grosley,
your guys doing well.
We're doing brilliant.
Some people might say maybe that's why they give me all more things.
Maybe when you I don't
know. It's a juggling act. You don't know what to do, but at the end of the day, there's burnout.
Yeah, there is. Trust me.
And I'd like to say good night to ex-corporal Jelwy if he's watching, because at the last time in the show I kind of made, I'm a little light of the term burnout. And he was infuriated, and I agreed that I apologize. That's a serious thing, is it?
Yeah, man. Burnout is getting home and waking up next morning with your work clothes on your bed. You say you get home, you remove your shoes, you lie down. You say, okay, you get up in order to go and shower, and then your phone alarm's at 5 a.m. for you to go and exercise, and you check yourself, and you have not showered, you have not changed your clothes.
And what do you say, Inspector, to those who would like to say, but you're getting paid for that, man?
But yeah, we're getting paid for it, but we're working for our money. Yeah, we really put. I guess, but Zach, we have a lot of police officers who like the job and who are willing to do what it takes to ensure that St. Lucia is a safe place.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I always, tip my hat, to those officers. You have a lot of police officers who love the job.
And also there are those, and I have to be straight. There are those of you who don't do as much. No, I'm being real. My colleague died, so I'm being super real. There are those of you who don't do as much. Some police officers who have lost the zeal, or probably never had the zeal, or probably you came into the organization with only one thing on the mind, which is probably making a little salary, and you don't really have the heart, you don't really have the commitment to serve. Policing is serving the public. It is serving human beings. You understand? And and some of you, in the old days, Inspector?
Yeah.
In the old days, back in the old days of the commissioners like Augustine and way back, man, these commissioners had a different way of dealing with police officers who were ill-disciplined and not up to the job, yeah, you just go out your home. That's how it was. I'm being real. That's how it was. Anyway, Inspector, let's get at least one. We haven't even started the actual.
Yeah.
One of the offenses that increase, especially around this time, is that of robbery. So tell us in the short of robbery.
Right. We've done this.
They've done
the year
this,
before.
yeah.
We've done our national our presentation on national TV on robbery. But basically, a robbery is stealing from an individual using violence. Okay, it's like somebody walk up to you, they put a gun to your head, and they ask you to pass whatever you have. They take your money, they take your jewelry, or whatever it is. Or someone enters into a store, which is common right now.
Which is common right now.
Yeah, holds up the store owner or the workers, the employees at the store. Takes the money, the hard-earned money, and live with it. Using violence, using a gun or a knife or a cutlass. Okay, but the criminal code speaks to a robbery of a person committing the offense of robbery if he or she steals, and immediately before at the time doing so. All right, and in order to do so, uses force or puts that person in fear. All right, of being in fear, or put that person in fear of being subjected to any force. All right, and,
I see.
Yeah, and taking whatever it is from them. And on indictment, somebody could get up to 20 years in prison.
Up to 20.
Yeah, up to. And
Up to
can.
But the magistrate has, or the judge. The judge has his indictable matter. Has the discretion, people. You need to understand that. Do not blame the police if the judge says, I'll give him 5 years.
When we put the matter before the court, people,
2.
You have to remember it's out of our hands.
Out of our hands.
We have already investigated. We put the facts before the court. The jury makes a decision. If it goes before the magistrate makes a decision.
Sometimes the man has the man or woman has a lawyer. There are mitigating factors. Sometimes the first offense that we are aware of.
All right.
You understand? And all those things that the court will take into consideration.
One for discount for an early guilty plea.
Early guilty plea. You see all these things. So don't think that, the police ourselves, sometimes we do not. But it is what it is. It is what it is. Okay, let's go. We're going to take a break, ladies and gentlemen. We're due for a break. When we come back, the good inspector will give us some tips when it comes to robberies, reducing your chances and what you can do if you are being robbed. Stay tuned.
Life doesn't always need to be hectic, but with Slasper's online appointment system, clearing a barrel from loved ones can be really easy. Simply log on to www.slasper.com, select your port, enter your information, receive confirmation, get your documents and the valid picture ID, and get going. It's that easy. Slasper's online appointment system. Now that's easy.
It's your thing. Do what you want to do. I can tell you, but it's like you. It's your thing. It's your thing. Do what you want to do.
Paint it, love it, uplift your spirit. Oh, it's to change your world.
Create that special Christmas feel this holiday with up to 25% off select Harris paints and primers. Every $100 you spend, get a chance for the grand prize of a grocery hamper valued at $1,000. Plus weekly chances to win a ham or a turkey. So shop now and get all the Christmas feels this year with Harris Paints. Promotion ends December 31st.
Oh, it's to change your world. Christmas with Harris.
Power Play is gonna rock your world. Over $140,000 for the Christmas? Come on now, you gotta rock with it.
When you buy your rum and have no money for the ham, the Christmas spirit I do it you that.
Celebrate the festival season with a holiday loan from Monrepo Eastern Cooperative Credit Union. The Christmas Spirit Holiday Loan is exactly what you need to brighten your spirits with up to $5,000. Rates as low as 1.17% per month. No deposit and up to 12 months to repay. Call Monrepo Eastern Cooperative Credit Union today at 454-6372, 454-4499, or 455-3370 to apply for the Christmas Spirit Holiday Loan. Monrepo Eastern Cooperative Credit Union. You dream it, we make it real.
Sing, shanty, sing, sing, shanty, sing the melody. The Christmas spirit that doing you that.
Welcome back to Police Insight. Your host there, Acting Inspector Zachary Hippolyte, and in studio with me is Acting Inspector Shervon Mathieu. Lots of actings going around, people. Good night to Ian Montoot, Susanna Smith, Stephanie Cauldron, Gideon Jolui, Ivy Mitchell, Dawn Marie McDonald. Good night to you guys as we continue this interesting and informative interview with my guest. So, Inspector, you told us what was robbery before the break. Let's hear some tips, man.
But before we go into the
yes, talk to me.
I just want to give a shout out to the armors at the Special Services Unit. These individuals play an active role in the investigation of a lot of those firearm offenses. Those are some of the individuals that you do not see out there, in the investigative field, but they play an active role because without them, part of the matter would not be able to go through.
Most definitely.
They also to the officers at the Criminal Records Office, the CRO, they also play an active role in the investigative part of those matters. So my hats off to you guys. Continue doing what you're doing because you're...
Who's in charge of the army? That's Sergeant Joseph?
Sergeant Joseph. I think he's on vacation, and there's Corporal Descat.
At the army.
Yeah, and CRO. The people at CRO. CRO is a place where you go to do your police records, but they play an active role in the investigative field as well.
You see, Inspector, I always say the police force is supposed to be a well-oiled machine. And every police officer, no matter what duty that they carry out, is responsible for maintaining law and order and the prevention, detection of crime.
Right.
Yeah?
Right. Yeah.
Yeah. So,
the business places.
Business places, robbery prevention.
To all the business places, we're in a festive season right now. I believe that business places must be prepared for the possibility of a robbery. Every day you go to work, think of it like a robbery is going to happen. We are going to be robbed today. So you must be ready. You must, if you have your security, you must train your security, to deal with those incidents. As I've said before, no more security guards sanitizing persons. And this is not the job of a security. The security is to protect, to look out for suspicious vehicles, suspicious persons in and around your business place.
It's still happening, though.
It's still happening. Train your employees when it comes to robbery, safety tips. Train your security guards, okay? I was reading an article once where an individual, he was a common thief. He used to rob banks and stuff like that in the I'll share the article with you. And he said that he would go to scout the banks and scout some of the business places that he wanted to rob. And if anybody greeted him, right, customer service, and that person told him, hello, hi, how are you? Is there anything I can help you with? He wouldn't rob the place.
Imagine
Why?
that.
Because he said customer service is a crime deterrent. Because he said that he's sure that if he robs that place, somebody will remember him because he was there the day before or a couple of days before. There's something about him that they will remember.
I have gone into stores, Inspector, take a nice walk around, and no one have said a word to me.
Exactly. Now, Zach may have been in there scouting the place to rob the place. Okay, so do you believe that a lot of the robberies that happen, the guys just come in 2D and commit the robbery? No, they come and they check out the place. They check what loopholes you have. So persons, business owners, if you're listening, train your staff in robbery prevention, customer service. Also, if you don't have a security guard, it's always important to get a security guard. And if you are able to afford an armed guard, it's always good to afford an armed guard. I know some business places right now have police officers working for them during the festive season. This is another good thing. But employees and employers, they all have to, as you said, the police force has to be an oil machine, so the business place has to be a well-oiled machine to help deter or to help prevent the amount of loss you would have when it comes to a robbery. So, for instance, if an employee goes into the parking lot for lunch and sees a vehicle that has been there from morning, that should raise a red flag. There's nothing wrong in calling the police and letting the police know that there has been a vehicle in our parking lot from morning and it kind of looks suspicious. All right? There's been a guy walking up and down and he's been there for a couple of days and his actions, his mannerisms are very suspicious. So
that's right.
Well, we believe that you'll probably need to come and check this individual out. You never know. Sometimes that individual may be carrying a gun and the police approaches him and gets that gun. Now, that gun could have been what he would have used to enter into your business place, to rob your business place. So, everybody have to work
and sometimes,
together.
Inspector, I'm sure during the course of investigations, you'd hear employees saying, I saw them and I'd feel away.
So if you feel away, let your manager know.
Yeah.
The manager, you could call the police.
We will come.
It's our job. Yeah, they will come.
Don't feel bad about calling the police and stating that you see some guy and you're not feeling easy about his presence. You can do that.
And I believe Lucians have to get away from the notion of if it's drugs, they will come faster.
Yes.
We need to get away from that. You understand? Yeah, you also like if it's drugs, they will call the police for. They will come. Police officers react to all those reports, so don't think it's not happening.
Exactly.
Stop repeating what your other person say.
Yes.
Because we don't only run for drugs, we run for robberies and everything. Too. All right. Businesses should have opening and closing procedures. They should establish that. All right. They should have several employees present during opening. Do not allow one person to open the business place. Always have somebody there. It's always important to inspect the business for forcible entry. All right. Check the washrooms. Check the storerooms when closing, because you never know. Somebody could have entered at closing hours and
they're in there.
Waiting.
And you're wondering how they got inside.
Waiting. All right. Closing, as I said, at closing hours, ensure that there's nobody in the building. Ensure that your parking lot is properly lit. All right. If you have a lamp pole in your parking lot and it's not working, contact Lucelec. Let them know that this light is not working. Have them put on the light for you. If there's a lot of bush in your area, if there is certain things that are preventing you from seeing what's on the outside at your business place, clear it out. Because somebody could simply hide behind the bush, behind a garbage bin. It's always important to clear and scout your business places for
pretend to be a robber.
A robber or a burglar. Right?
Yeah.
There's a lot of things that we could do. Also a cash handling system.
Cash handling system,
right.
Explain.
Okay. To limit your loss from a robbery, it's always good to clear the cash at a certain point of time.
Yes.
Okay. If your business place is a place that delivers a lot of cash, and let's say you by lunchtime you would have like $10,000 in your cash, do not leave that $10,000 there until the end of the day. Clear it. So when the robber comes, whatever, if they take the cash register or they get in the cash register, they will probably just only get the float or probably something extra you made after. Okay, you will limit your loss. All right, that when I say that cash, that's what I am. Okay, keep a minimum of cash on hand. All right, do not allow the cash to be visible. I know in the supermarkets we cannot prevent that because the cashier and everything is right there. But if you have a store, do not allow the cash register to be visible. Do not allow it to be in an area where somebody could just push their hands and grab the cash. As I said, we cannot prevent that in the supermarket because of the way the cash register, register
right
is.
there, right there and then.
Yeah.
Okay, excellent. We're going to take another short break. I want the inspector to tell us when we return what to do if you're being robbed. Like in a business place, it's happening. What can we do? Yeah? Stay tuned to Police Inside.
Automotive art is a place to start.
joy to your ride. Automotive Art has amazing deals for this tropical Christmas, like up to 75% off rims, 25% off all tools, and buy 3 tires and get the 4th tire free. We also have bundles of joy for your ride. It's buy one and get one galore on quality car care products, floor mats, seat covers, steering wheel covers, and more. Visit Automotive Art today at Vidbouteille Castries or La Tournée 4 and get the right gift for you or your loved one this holiday season. Offer valid while stocks last or until December 31st. Terms and conditions apply.
Celebrate the season with a Christmas loan from the Royal St. Lucia Police and Allied Services Cooperative Credit Union Limited. Get up to $10,000 with no deposit necessary and quick 24 hours processing time. That's $10,000 just in time for the Christmas season. So ring in the holidays with a Christmas loan from the Royal St. Lucia Police and Allied Services Cooperative Credit Union Limited. Call or visit us today. Terms and conditions apply. Promotion ends December 31st, 2021.
Hi, I'm Damon Regis. I'm a proud owner of a Honda Fit Hybrid 6-speed manual. I've owned this vehicle for the past 11 months, and I have to admit it's my 4th vehicle owning, and compared to the previous vehicles, it has not lost its luster. The performance is great, and one thing I'm very much happy about in terms of the fuel efficiency, less stops at the gas station. So I would definitely encourage anyone to purchase or invest in a hybrid vehicle. I think that's the way to go now, looking for zero emissions. And yeah, again, so please support hybrid.
Do you feel like you're drowning in debt? Have your sources of income been severely impacted and you have nowhere to turn? The St. Lucia Teachers Credit Cooperative Limited is here to save. With our rescue plan, we can consolidate your debt obligations into one easy-to-manage loan with affordable payment terms tailored to keep you afloat. Contact us today at 453-2538 in Castries or 454-7802 in Viewfort for further details. The St. Lucia Teachers Credit Cooperative Limited, an educated choice.
You know that feeling when you have an uncontrollable desire for fried chicken? That's the KFC. A substance that stimulates your senses to identify the aroma of a secret recipe or an extra crispy crunch from any distance. It's invisible to the naked eye, but you can feel it traveling throughout your body, taking control. All so you can enjoy a juicy bite of KFC. Ignite your senses with KFC.
Welcome back to Police Insight. Your host here, Acting Inspector Zachary. Police in studio with me is Acting Inspector Shervon Mathieu. As usual, I always go to the chat to say hi to everybody who's, especially those who've just joined in. Jam Jenny, good night to you. Thank you for your comments. Tinika Lacha, how you doing, my colleague? What's up? Brian Williams, thank you for your comments. Shervon Lecomte, good night to you. Ivy Mitchell, good night to you. Okay, so there's some nice conversation going on right now in the chat. Some people, that's how it is, Inspector. You'll always get some people who could never see the good that the police do, and there are those who always see it. That's just how it is, right?
Yeah, there are persons who are anti-police, and they have that's them, but you just have to continue doing what you have to do. So, if people don't criticize what you're doing, that means you're not doing anything.
Yeah, that means you're not shining.
Yeah.
But at the same time, I always believe people have a right to their opinion. Right. And I always advise individuals, if you're in a situation where you believe a police officer has not done what they're supposed to do, then there is lots of opportunities for redress. Yeah. There are avenues where your complaints could be heard.
Yep.
So it is what it is. So tell me, Inspector, we were talking about robberies.
Yeah.
What should one do? So a robbery is happening, you're panicking, you're sweating.
Oh, yeah.
What should be done?
All right. what you or your employees do during a robbery can have tremendous impact on the outcome of the situation. All right. This is why it's vital to remember a few of those important things. Like, for instance, stay calm. As I said, persons are sweating. Stay calm. All right. You would say, officer, but during a robbery, you want me to stay calm? All right. I know it will be unreasonable to expect anyone to remain calm in a robbery situation, but bringing undue attention to yourself or to the situation can cause panic and endanger lives. For instance, if a robbery is happening in a business and you're screaming and you're running around, what do you think that robber will do? He himself doesn't want to be arrested. What do you think he will do? All right, keep in mind, a lot of those robbers, they aren't looking to harm person unless the situation.
They want to do this quickly and
quickly.
leave
They were interested in getting money. If you believe a robber comes into a store to take you and go with you, it's the money they want, or the jewelry, or whatever property. Most times those individuals who commit the robbery, they are nervous because they do not want to be apprehended. Okay, nobody wants to be apprehended, go into a holding cell, possibly being charged by the police and going on remand at Bodley. Nobody wants to be on remand at Bodley, right? So the calmer you are, the less chance it is that the robber will become agitated. Okay, so allow him to do so quickly, do what he's doing. If he asks you for the money, give up the money and leave. Cooperate, right? Again, robbers are only interested in money or property, and they seldom hurt people. Now I say seldom. I know there have been robberies where persons have gotten killed, persons have gotten injured. All right, so give them what they want, and do it quickly. Handle the situation. The entire situation, if you were a customer, all right, don't delay them in any way. Slowing down your actions during a robbery incident, in hope that the police will arrive. This will endanger your life or the lives of other persons. Do not argue. Do not fight. Do not surprise or attempt to use weapon against the robber if you cannot do so. If a robber has a gun to your head and you cannot defend yourself, don't do it. If you're in a situation where the robber probably has a knife or something, and then you know a little bit of self-defense, and you believe that you could take down that robber, you could do so. But if you're not training in self-defensive tactics or anything like that, do not attempt to fight with the robber. All right, this is no time for heroics. All right.
Yeah.
Okay. It's better you lose a gold chain or you lose $100 than you lose your life
or somebody else's life.
If you have to move, tell the robber that you want to move. Now, sometimes the robbery it doesn't get to a point where it lasts so long. So but still, if you have to move, all right. And when the robber is about to leave, follow his direction where he's heading to, or anything like that. And just try to remember to let the police know. All right? Be very observant. Now the best defense is being observant. Try to gather as much information as you can
about this individual.
About the individual. All right? There's a lot of those little details that could help us, the police. Be systematic in your observations. Mentally note like the person's race, whether the person is an Indian, or it's a Negro. All right? The person's sex, whether it was a male or female. Some males look like females right nowadays, and some females look like males. So, all right, the person's age, the person's height, the width, the hair color. All right, whether you could have any scars, any identifying marks. All right, take note of the disguise being used. Sometimes that person walked, and as you said earlier, that person may have been around your business place a day before, and you notice something about them: the shoes they wore, the way they walked. All right, the way they speak. Okay. Now try to observe the robber's hands discreetly, all right? And if the robber is not wearing any gloves, anything that robber may touch, avoid wiping it down.
Yes.
All right, and wait for the police to come, all right? And as I say, if you could safely do so, observe the direction which the robber went in. If there are any vehicles outside, try to remember the make, the model. It may not be easy to remember the number plate because most times the robberies happen, the guys use fake number plates. But if you could remember the kind of vehicle, the type, or there's something on that vehicle that will make you identify the vehicle, try to remember it as soon as possible.
Excellent. Right. Let's get some comments. Inspector, probably you could react to this comment here. Someone is saying, I think all shopkeepers should have a licensed firearm or have affordable security programs in place for these companies and shopkeepers to be safe, even in the countryside. And let me see, on our local shopping centers, because of these robberies are taking place where the presence of cops are not so much around. So what this person is saying, they believe that people should be armed, and especially in the countryside.
All right, I believe that everybody, every shop owner, every business owner should have an opportunity to apply for a firearm and given an interview for a firearm. With the increase in the crime situation we have right now, I'm not saying that every shop owner should get one. All right, apply for the firearm, but you have to do other things to secure your business place, like for instance, installation of CCTV camera. That's why I said in one of my interviews, I believe that there should be a grant to small businesses to help them install the cameras.
Yeah.
So those cameras I believe should be linked with the police CCTV system, so we could see what is going on if a robbery happens there, so the police could get into that system and check what it is, because those guys, after they do the robbery, they come out onto the street.
That's right.
And we'll be able to follow them. So I believe they should be given opportunity, because some persons have asked me in other little presentations, like for the ladies, ladies getting robbed. Do I believe that the ladies need a firearm? Okay, I'm saying yes, apply for the firearm. It depends on your interview and whether the interviewer or the person's giving up the licenses believe that you deserve a thing. But what I think that should happen is I believe the law, they should have a law where women are allowed to carry tasers or pepper spray. Because pepper spray under the criminal code, it falls under a noxious substance, and it's illegal to have a noxious substance or to use a noxious substance against somebody. But I believe with the rate of crime we have right now, that some amendment should be made to the law where women should be allowed to carry those pepper sprays, all right? And all business owners, small businesses or whatever you get an opportunity to apply for a firearm and do the interview. Based on the interview and based on what the investigators see, we would basically know whether you have what it takes to own a firearm, right? Because sometimes a lot of those firearms get into the wrong hands.
That's right.
A lot of the ammunition get into the wrong hands, okay? So it's not because, but other, like as the guy commented, and he said that, those businesses should put proper security measures in place. So it's a lot of things that we have to look at. I believe there should be a holistic approach at this whole robbery and crime thing. We bring everybody together, and you see, where we could go, because a lot of persons have a lot of good ideas out there that we the police don't have, or the powers that be don't have.
Yeah, and that's why I like to say sometimes the same way when you look at a home owner or a business owner, the way for him to increase on his security level most times is to spend cash.
Yeah.
Okay, an injection of cash, etc. It's the same thing with the security of a country. We need monies.
Yeah.
That's just what it is. So I got I like to read this, Inspector and viewers, and this is coming from the ASP of Grosley, Mr. Alexander, who stated, I recall as a constable, I investigated a matter at a business in Castries where an employee hid in the storeroom at closing. He was locked in, and later he came out and tried breaking into the accounting department. Unfortunately, the accountant was working later that night. Called the police, and we responded, and the perpetrator was arrested and charged. He was convicted and sentenced to HMP. His excuse was he fell asleep in the storeroom.
Yeah, I've been on situations like that, even at CID in town, and persons, find themselves into those business places at close to closing hours, and they remain there. They don't remain there to fall asleep. They remain there to steal what's in there. Yeah, they remain there to steal what's in there. Somebody sent me a comment and said that that with the rate, with the gun violence and the crime situation right now, he believes that individuals who commit robberies with a firearm or commit acts with a firearm right now should be dealt with differently. Yeah. More stringent, more stringent measures. And I agree. Yeah, like, for instance, for if you commit a robbery for firearm, and your bill should be at a price that it will be difficult for you to pay. It's true the bill is there to ensure that you come to court, but make it tough on them from the bill hearing. And even the sentence or even the penalty.
And
They
Inspector,
put it in a way that it will be difficult for them to pay.
and not just having a firearm. We've seen videos of employees or owners getting assaulted, beaten.
Yeah, the bare hands.
You understand?
Yeah.
Beaten badly. You know, you go in there, you're already holding up the people, you know, you'll already put everyone in fear, and yet you just feel like you should cause some harm to the individual. You should be dealt with very seriously by the courts, in my opinion. Okay, we have a question. We'll take that there now. We're going to take another break, ladies and gentlemen. When we come back, I want to touch on burglaries. The time is running very quickly.
Yeah.
Imagine that. Stay tuned to Police Insight.
We know that 2021 has been a challenging year for many.
But we are resilient, and together we have been able to face these challenges with confidence.
We have so much to be thankful for in this festive season.
Your bank continues to do well.
As our first indigenous financial institution, we cherish every relationship.
And thank you for your loyalty.
We remain committed to delivering first-in-class service
To every customer, every day.
We are a bigger, better bank because of you.
So whether on a line or online,
You can be assured that your bank is open for you 24/7.
On behalf of the Board of Directors, management, and our dedicated staff at First National Bank,
Happy holidays.
Happy holidays.
happy holidays.
Happy holidays from all of us at First National Bank. Here for you.
Janu give me money, plenty money, 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 money.
The Christmas Wish Maker Loan is back. Janu Credit Union members get up to $25,000 for Christmas and end-of-year expenses. It's easy to qualify and repayments are reasonable. Have an existing loan? No additional shares required. Just top up to your original loan balance twice until December 31st. To make your wishes come true, just visit the Janu Credit Union in Castries or Vieux-Fort or email apply@cscreditunion.org and make the magic happen. Janu, together we can move mountains.
Janu give me money, plenty money, 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 money. Janu.
As variants of COVID-19 continue to evolve, Lewis Industries Limited remains resolute in offering the best cleaning solutions recommended by EPA to reduce the spread of the virus. Our disinfectants, EnviroCare and Conquer Byram, which are highly recommended to sanitize, disinfect, and deep clean surroundings, will ensure you operate in a safe and healthy environment. With over 3 decades of experience in cleaning and consultancy services, we guarantee you trusted products and quality service. Call us at 450-4060. Follow us on Facebook, Instagram, or our website at www.lewisindustrieslimited.com.
Make Paints Plus your one-stop paint shop this holiday season. With unbelievable everyday low prices store-wide, we will not be undersold. So for all your decorative and automotive paints and accessories, make the smart choice and check Paints Plus first. Quality products and service at the best prices, plus best value for your money equals best savings in your pocket. Spend $200 and get a chance to win daily prizes, huge discounts, hams, turkeys, food hampers, liquor hampers, wines, and weekly cash prizes of $500 in our popular Paints Plus Pop the Balloon Christmas promotion. Happy holidays from your team at Paints Plus.
Paints Plus, one name that leads. Paints Plus, for all your painting needs.
Welcome back to Police Insight. Your host there, Acting Zachary. Acting Inspector Zachary Hippolyte. Now I'm acting myself. And Acting Inspector Shervon Mathieu. Let me see. Let me just, don't forget our lines. Our lines are down. But you could always WhatsApp me 7200401, or you could place a message or post your contribution in the Facebook chat on Choice TV
I've been receiving them,
Facebook page. Let me just give me a minute. Let me just make sure I understand what this individual is saying before I read it. Okay, someone is making a comment about paper spray here. Actually, people, it's my intention in January to have customs represented on the show for us to discuss prohibited items and stuff like that, what could be imported, what is accepted and what not. So if we have to go into that, that's a whole different ball game. We just want to make sure we educate you on things that, especially for the Christmas season, robberies, burglaries, these things always go up. So, Inspector, let's talk about burglaries.
Right, before we talk about burglaries, you know, during this whole festive season right now, you know, with the cuts at the Black Friday sale, a lot of appliances were being sold.
A lot.
Now, case in point, you go, you buy a brand new television, you buy a brand new fridge, or not a fridge, a brand new, some electronic items. You remove from the box, you take the box and you bring it, you put it by the road.
Yeah, that's what they do. They put it by the road.
On the day
for garbage.
The garbage truck is not passing on that day.
Yeah.
You have this little guy in the area not working anywhere. What do you think? Oh,
he knows that you've just brought a
brand new television.
television.
Your home doesn't have burglar bars, no kind of security measure, and you went to work. What do you think will happen? Burglary. So burglary is defined as, in law as entering a building, any part of a building as a trespasser, and then stealing or attempting to steal from it, or inflicting or attempting to inflict grievous bodily harm on somebody. Basically, it's entering somebody's home, somebody's business place as a trespasser and stealing things from there. Now, there are certain things that you could do, you know, to limit your home from being burglarized.
Okay.
Right. Now, making your home look occupied and make it difficult to break in. You know, from the outside of your home, think as a burglar. How will I get into my own house if I forget my keys? Something I like my keys inside. How will I get into my house? If you can't get into your house, a burglar can get into your house. Okay, because I don't know, sometimes they have a way of making their body full and pass through those
guys, you'll be surprised
through those burglar bars,
what
right?
these guys can do to enter your home.
Right. Lock all your outside doors and windows before you leave the house or go to bed. Even if you're going for a nap on an afternoon, ensure that you lock your home. Nowhere is safe anymore. Gone are the days where persons kept their front door open and went for a nap. Okay? Right. Install burglar bars on all windows. And if you are able to install something like the burglar gate, it's also always important to install that. Check your locks on your doors and windows and replace them with secure devices as necessary. Persons, if you're moving into a new apartment, ensure that you change the door locks. Because you never know, or you do not know who were the individuals who lived there before you. Sometimes that person could be a common thief. Sometimes that person could be a sexual offender.
Those of you who are renting.
And you're a single lady you're a single lady in a one-bedroom apartment on your own. You're in there, you fall asleep, feel somebody touching you, wonder how that person got in. That person was living there before, that person had a key to that door. So change your door lock, all right? Do not tempt the thief. When I say that, do not leave items like your weed eater in your yard, okay? Weed eaters sell very quickly. If you have your grills, do not leave your grills in the yard. If you have a bicycle, all right, try to store them out of the sight of persons who are frequenting your area, all right? If you have a garden shed or if you have a garage, always lock it, okay?
Last time I passed, I saw a neighbor left their ladder
at
the side of their home.
Do not leave ladders near your home, especially near the window. Do not leave a ladder on the outside because persons could simply climb your roof, use some kind of cutter, cut into your roof and enter your house through the roof, all right? Try to get some good locks, all right? No locks, regardless of its quality, can be truly effective, all right? Key-in deadbolt locks provide minimum security. Now, it's always important to ask a locksmith for advice on your situation. Speak to a locksmith, ask him what is the best lock to put on your door. All right, as I said earlier again, change your keys, change your locks immediately, especially if your keys are lost or stolen.
That's right.
All right, and as I said it before, if you're moving into a new apartment, change the door locks. All right, have adequate exterior lighting, like motion sensor lights. All right, especially in your backyard. Trim the trees and shrubs around your home. All right, so that they cannot be used as hiding places for intruders, because intruders like to hide in those trees, those bush and stuff like that. All right, and make sure your door hinges are on the inside. Do not put your door hinge on the outside and someone could just unscrew and just go in the door and and carry the door away. Now, alarm systems. It's always important to install alarm systems. All right. Right now, there an alarm, a camera.
Expensive, is?
Yeah, it's about $2,700.
And sometimes to install it is, I'll pay the install.
I think we have our colleague who does it. I think $2,700 would give you a simple 2 cameras and you could monitor it on your phone. All right. He works with us. His name is Shervon Mathieu.
What's up, buddy?
Yeah, you could always contact him at the Grosley police station. All right. He runs a business called High Tech Solution. Okay. It's you could get your simple 2 cameras and it could be monitored on your phone.
Assist,
all right. Assist. Those cameras, they have audio. All right, it beeps when somebody walks into your yard. When it picks up motion into your yard, you get a message on your phone. All right, it provides a peace of mind, especially for homeowners. Right?
Yeah.
Make inquiries, as to the cheapest alarm. All right. So those are some of the tips when it comes to the burglaries. One more thing.
Yeah, go ahead.
Take down your serial numbers.
Serial numbers.
When you purchase. This is one of the ways that
I just forget that.
If your items are stolen and the police recovers it during a search, that you'll be able to identify your items. If you cannot remember the serial number, put something on it, some identifying mark, that you alone know where it is, and that you'll be able to tell the police, okay, I have this mark somewhere on my phone or somewhere on my television or somewhere on my Bluetooth speaker, or something like that. So, yeah, have some kind of identifying mark so you'll be able to identify your items if it's stolen.
I'd like to say good night to my neighbor, Mr. Raymond, or also known as Canaway from Revere Meter. He lost his daughter. She passed, and that's we call her Helen, or Big Helen of Revere Meter. So condolences to you, my neighbor, and the family. And especially that's coming from Miss Jomen of Revere Meter. It's just death is everywhere, people. Somebody wants to know, Inspector, if I catch a burglar in my house, what does the law allow me to do to that burglar?
The law allows you to use reasonable force. And when I say reasonable force, right? And when I say reasonable force, okay. If you walk into your home and you get a burglar, you're a licensed firearm holder, and that burglar has a cutlass or firearm and points it at you, what would you do?
Yeah.
Obviously, the firearm was given to you for the safety and protection of your life, your property. And that of other persons who are in danger. All right. So more than likely, if you discharge a wrong at that individual, and the investigation is dealt with, and they notice that the burglar had a knife, a gun,
that's right,
or a cutlass, that's reasonable force.
That's right.
But if you come into your yard, I'm not going to the home, if you come into your yard, the burglar sees you, turns, has a bag of grapefruit on his back,
and
runs away,
and you light him up
discharge
with bullets.
several rounds. That's not reasonable force.
That's not
because
reasonable force.
In law, it said that the threat has already
gone. It's trying to evade you.
But I will always say that you take every situation on its own merit.
Merit and circumstances.
And its circumstances. Because do not tell me you meet that same burglar in your yard with a cutlass and he charges you with a cutlass and you let him chop you.
Yeah, but what people need to understand also, Inspector, they have a problem with I have so many discussions with citizens about that very same question. They don't understand that an investigation must take place.
It must take place.
We cannot just accept, we come to your home, there's a guy dead in your house, and you're saying, officer, I caught him in my home, he was breaking into my home, he's dead. And we're just supposed to say, okay, good job, my brother, and everybody goes home.
And,
That's
when the postmortem is done, the pathologist report says that the individual was shot from the back.
There you go,
So
see?
So you need to justify your actions.
Yeah.
Because you use a firearm.
Justify your actions.
So this is where the learning about the firearm guidelines and all these things comes into play for the citizens who are licensed firearm holders. Just like us, the police too. We have to give an account of ourselves when we use the firearm.
There you go.
Understand? We are police officers. We cannot enter a burglary in progress. We meet the burglar in the building. He's at our mercy. He puts up his hand, we have him in handcuffs and we shoot him.
And we shoot him. No one would accept
would
that.
be definitely wrong.
There you go.
You cannot meet somebody in your home. You tie them up. And you beat them to a pulp.
And to begin with, you record it and put it on social media.
You're in the wrong. We need to learn a lot of these things. We need to, know what is right, what is what is wrong.
Someone says, but I want my grapefruit.
Yeah, but still, you'll get your grapefruit. And I believe that Zach,
Stephanie Kodra is asking what is reasonable force. Just explain to her again. You see, it is tested by the court.
Yeah.
Stephanie. Like the inspector said, every case will be dealt upon its merit, the evidence produced before the court. The law gives you the right to protect your home and your family to the point where you could even take someone's life. The law gives you that right, but you have to understand the person who has to determine that your action was
justified
right or justified is a court of law. It's not us, the police. Am I right?
You're so correct because, as I said, okay, a simple, reasonable force, like somebody pushes you, a simple push.
Yeah. I like that.
A simple push.
Yeah.
You're a firearm license holder.
Yeah.
Do you believe that removing your firearm and discharging that person and shooting that person is reasonable force?
That can never be
reasonable force.
It's like someone touch you on your face, nudge you on your face, you chop off their hand.
Yeah.
That's not reasonable force.
If you tell me that somebody removes a firearm from the waist, discharges around or points it at you and you're a firearm license holder, you remove your firearm and you discharge it around at that person, your life was in danger.
To be justified.
Yeah, so your actions must be justified.
Yes. Someone is asking here, Inspector, why is it so difficult
to get a firearm license
for tasers to be legislated for the use by police officers in the apprehension of criminals? So we're looking at non-lethal weapons.
I think it's there, it's just a legislation. I don't know.
I don't know. That has I know since the time of acting commissioner Alexander. I don't know before that that I was told that there was some
tasers
or policy, etc., that was supposed to be enacted in terms of allowing. Well, the government's supposed to sign that into law. I don't know what's up with that. Maybe the next time when I have the commissioner of police, we could ask.
But I believe a lot of those things need to be looked at. Moving into the new year, I believe a lot of those things, the pepper spray, the tasers, you understand? But sometimes we are our own, how should I say it?
Worst enemies?
Yeah. Like, okay, let's say, for instance, the law is enacted where if you don't get a firearm license, you could get a license to carry a taser. And you just, the same way some of the licensed farm holders mess around with those firearms, discharging rounds for no reason.
Tase them and just because he tell you an insulting
I would. So I believe, they need the guidelines need to be put in place, and persons need to be held accountable for the use of those firearms. Okay, and even the tasers when they have it as well.
Someone is saying silent alarms for businesses.
Yeah, that would work. Somebody was telling me about the panic button.
Yeah.
Works wonders in Canada.
Yeah.
It's basically connected to the police.
To the police.
So you have the panic button. I believe all those things is things that we need to. It's true. Fighting crime is expensive.
Thank you.
It's expensive, but a lot of the.
That's facts.
Yeah, but a lot of things are available overseas at a very reasonable price. And I believe this is something that we could, especially for the banks, the panic button, or some of the business places, you press that button, it's silent, it goes straight to the police, we know where the call is coming from. It could save lives. It could help.
Okay, we're going to take our last break for the night. Okay, when we come back, a couple more words and we're going to wrap up. Stay tuned to Police Insight.
How long is that?
Life doesn't always need to be hectic, but with Slasper's online appointment system, clearing a barrel from loved ones can be really easy. Simply log on to www.slasper.com, select your port, enter your information, receive confirmation, get your documents and the valid picture ID, and get going. It's that easy. Slasper's online appointment system. Now that's easy.
It's your thing. Do what you wanna do. I can tell you, but it's like you. It's your thing. It's your thing. Do what you wanna do.
Paint it love, uplift your spirit. All is to change your world.
Create that special Christmas feel this holiday with up to 25% off select Harris paints and primers. Every $100 you spend, get a chance for the grand prize of a grocery hamper valued at $1,000. Plus weekly chances to win a ham or a turkey. So shop now and get all the Christmas feels this year with Harris Paints. Promotion ends December 31st.
All is to change your world. Christmas with Harris.
Power Play is gonna rock your world. Over $140,000 for the Christmas? Come on now, you gotta rock with it.
When you buy your rum and have no money for the ham, the Christmas spirit that doing you that.
Celebrate the festival season with a holiday loan from Monripo Eastern Cooperative Credit Union. The Christmas Spirit Holiday Loan is exactly what you need to brighten your spirits with up to $5,000. Rates as low as 1.17% per month. No deposit and up to 12 months to repay. Call Monripo Eastern Cooperative Credit Union today at 454-6372, 454-4499, or 455-3370 to apply for the Christmas Spirit Holiday Loan. Monripo Eastern Cooperative Credit Union. You dream it, we make it real.
Sing, shanty, sing, sing, shanty, sing the melody. The Christmas spirit that doing you that.
Hi, I'm Damon Regis. I'm a proud owner of a Honda Fit hybrid 6-speed manual. I've owned this vehicle for the past 11 months, and I have to admit it's my fourth vehicle owning, and compared to the previous vehicles, it has not lost its luster. The performance is great, and one thing I'm very much happy about in terms of the fuel efficiency, less stops at the gas station. So I would definitely encourage anyone to purchase or invest in a hybrid vehicle. I think that's the way to go now, looking for zero emissions. And yeah, again, so please support hybrid.
Good night. Welcome back to Police Insight. And if you heard a little overlay of a debate, it's because we're just trying and reason over some of the questions that we've seen there. You know, and someone is saying about the law about you cannot shoot a person running away from you who has committed an offense. You know, I'm trying to explain to the individual it's not just clear cut as that, because someone could cause let's say a harm to you, etc. You're a licensed firearm holder, and then that person probably might be heading in the direction of somebody else to cause some harm to them, you know? The people want to hear us say it's right to do
shoot
that or
somebody,
do that.
yeah.
But that's not the case. It will be the court that will determine. You know that thing they call self-defense? Who determines that your action was self-defense?
Yeah,
it is the court. It's not the police. So people need
That's
to
why.
understand
That's why
that.
a lot of those matters where persons die, especially during burglaries or robberies or whatever, the matters still go to inquest.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, the coroner will determine whether the death was justifiable or it was non-justifiable.
Okay.
Yeah.
Inspector, we are already running out of time. I think we have like 4 minutes left. Is there any things that you want to?
Well, is that?
The film is broken into it. Let us at least do that, and then we can wrap up. Because he has to come back again. There's just so much information.
All right. There's so much. If your home is broken into, do not enter. The perpetrator may still be there. If you do enter, do not wipe down anything. Do not sheath anything because you may be smudging a print. It's always important to call the police. All right. It's always important to note the description of any suspicious persons in your area. All right. After the police has examined the scene, it's always good to, try to get or take a list of the things that you may have lost during that burglary. There's so much that we didn't even get into the part of of the persons who will be going out during this festive season on little dates and stuff like that. We know persons are still having parties, and there is rum at the party. We didn't even get to the part about drinking and driving and and speeding on the highways. All right, and what persons could do to prevent themselves from getting a traffic ticket during the there's so much that we could have.
If I have to quickly touch on the traffic, bikers, wear your helmets. Where is your safety gear?
And there's no middle lane, eh?
And there's no middle lane, but that's true. But it's still, And if since there's no middle lane, if you're gonna take that chance of maneuvering, be careful, be cautious. Lots of ladies, the ladies that like to ride behind the bikes. I see so many of you behind the bikes but don't have an inch of protective gear or a helmet, anything on you. And sometimes the driver is properly cladded. So, and speed has a lot to do with a lot of accidents and fatalities. Those of us with the vehicles, your seat belts, don't text and drive. Don't drink and drive. Let's be cautious on the road. Was that, Inspector?
Especially in this festive season.
You know what I'm saying? People are consuming a lot of alcohol and still believes. I actually heard a driver say, "I drive better when I'm drunk."
But Zach, you know what the problem is? Persons believe that they were in captivity over the past couple of months. So right now, How the people saying about the tout pour la savane. So everybody out there doing drinking and partying and doing all.
Inspector, final words.
Final words. I just want to encourage everybody to to be safe during this festive season. If you spot anything suspicious in your area, report it to the police. Be careful out there. If you're driving, drive for yourself and other persons. Remember, the life that you save may be that of your loved one or somebody else's loved one. All right? Protect your homes, protect your environment, protect your property. Be safe out there. Be good, be great. Put God first in everything that you do. Because apart from we having our firearms and our bulletproof as police officers, the only other person that could protect us is, giving thanks to the Most High, just be safe out there. To all my colleagues, we've had a good year. I just want to encourage you as we move into a new 2022. Let's just continue putting our best foot forward when it comes to crime fighting. To all my colleagues at the grocery station, kudos to you. Continue doing what you're doing. Notwithstanding some of the backlash that we get from the public, but we still try our best. And as I always say to the public, there are brilliant police officers out there. There are police officers that you could trust. We love you and we love serving you. Have a blessed evening.
Thank you so much, Inspector, and Merry Christmas to you in advance.
Yeah, man.
And Happy New Year. This is the last show for 2021. I'd like to thank the owners, management, and staff of Choice TV for adopting us. Thank you so much for allowing us this platform to reach out to the public, you know, where we could discuss various issues of importance when it comes to security. And we're looking forward to the continued partnership with Choice Television in the new year. Thank you, those of you who always support the show, whether by calling, whether you send a text message on the WhatsApp texting platform, and those of you especially in the chat, the Facebook chat on Choice Television page. Thank you so much for the support. What can I say? Merry Christmas, Happy New Year, see you next year, stay safe.
Godspeed.
Didn't know today would be our last, or that I'd have to say goodbye to you so fast. I'm so numb I can't feel anymore. I'm praying you just walk back through that door and tell me that I was only dreaming. You're not really gone as long as I believe. There will be another angel around the throne tonight. Your love lives on inside of me, and I will hold on tight. It's not my place to question, only God knows why. I'm just jealous of the angels around the throne tonight. Always make